What I'm going to say now draws heavily on material that's been provided by Operation Noah, which is a Christian charity working within the church to inspire action about climate change. And you're probably not surprised I'm talking about this because you know it's one of the things I'm very keen on. I want to concentrate on God's gifts to us and the flourishing of God's creation and humanity as a part of God's world. We read of God creating a garden in Genesis, which is what we heard when Pat read tonight, and at the other book end of the Bible in Revelation, of the river of life, with the tree of life producing fruit for each month, with its leaves for healing of the nations, which links in with the first song that we heard. In between, we have the lovely imagery found in the Song of Solomon, celebrating human love, in beautiful poetry that's based on nature in the world. If you haven't read Song of Solomon, do read it. It's an interesting read, but it is beautifully written. In James's letter in the New Testament, he reminds us that this is all God's gift to us, in the words, "Every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights." Everything we have is God's gift to us, and this is the foundation of our worship. In Climate Change and the Purposes of God, we read, "The beauty and harmony of God's creation is for all cultures a source of human well-being, spiritual nourishment and joy." So everything from tiny ladybirds through to the plants with flowers and fruit to the amazing sunset is all given to us by God to enjoy. But, according to Mark Linus, we are threatening the balance of our earth and destroying the gifts God gave us by exceeding what he terms as planetary boundaries, mainly through greed and carelessness. And he names these boundaries as climate change, the nitrogen cycle, land use, fresh water supplies, toxic chemicals, aerosols in the atmosphere, acidification of the oceans, and the ozone layer. And in doing so, those of us who have the greatest opportunities to make changes for the better are damaging the lives of the many who lose their livelihoods and sometimes their lives through our thoughtlessness, and many plant and animal species are becoming extinct. To quote from the Purposes of God again, "This matters because the well-being of all creation matters to God." So if we interpret this in the broader sense, we need to ask ourselves, can our practices of amassing wealth and possessions at whatever level be described as a form of pollution? Maybe we need to think about this again, further in the light of the words in the letter of James. James 1:27. "Religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this, to look after orphans and widows in their distress, and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world." Is amassing wealth and possessions a form of pollution in that it damages the well-being of people's lives? And considering that we are all equal in the sight of God as his adopted children, do we consider that climate change is primarily more an issue of justice than an environmental issue? The threads of our behaviour spread far beyond our initial action. Our planet, our lands, and our brothers and sisters in Christ are all affected in some way by every act which is not taken in the love of God, our Creator and Sustainer, and for our neighbour near and far. Amen. How wonderful, O Lord, are the works of your hands. The heavens declare your glory. The arched sky displays your handiwork. In your love you have given us the power to behold the beauty of your world, robed in all its splendour. The sun and the stars, the valleys and the hills, the rivers and lakes all disclose your presence. The roaring breakers of the seas tell of your awesome might. The beasts of the field and the birds of the air speak of your wondrous will. In your goodness, you have made us able to hear the music of the world. You are in our midst. A divine voice sings through all creation. Lord, when we say, "Give us this day our daily bread," may we remember our brothers and sisters who live below the poverty line and pray, "Give them today their daily bread." Give us the wisdom and courage to challenge the policies and structures which make the poor even poorer, while we have more than enough. Grant us such deep compassion that we will not be set rest while surplus food rots in one part of the world and families starve in another, for your love's sake. Lord God, you have taught us that we are members of one another and that none of us lives to himself alone. We thank you for the community of which we are a part, for those who share with us in its activities, and all who serve its varied interests. Help us, as we have opportunity, to make our own contribution to the community and to learn to be good neighbours, that by love we may serve one another. And we pray for all in need at this time, through sickness, sorrow, or who are troubled in life in any way, and ask for your compassion on their needs. And we pray for the dying and for those who grieve. Surround them with your love and bring them the joy of your salvation. Amen.